A coach once dismissed as uninspiring takes over a team expected to struggle for survival. Despite it all, he takes them on the journey of the greatest Premier League triumph. This is one footballing fairy tale that can best be described as the Claudio Ranieri-Leicester City story. How did he achieve it? Let's find out. Chapter 1. The Forgotten Man. Claudio Ranieri was born on October 20th, 1951 in Rome. Ranieri worked his way up as a coach from Italy's lower leagues. He then managed big clubs like Chelsea, Juventus and AS Roma in his career in recent years. Although experienced, he was naturally criticised for his inability to win major trophies. He was nicknamed the Tinkerman thanks to frequent changes to his tactics. By 2015, his career had reached rock bottom after a failed Greek national team stint. Fans were shocked then when Leicester City appointed Ranieri for the 2015-16 season. Many called it a bad choice, however others wondered if he could even keep them in the Premier League. Ranieri had been seen as a man past his prime. But what happened next would be beyond anyone's imagination. Chapter 2. Building Belief. The previous season had seen Leicester scrape away from relegation in 14th place, only thanks to an astonishing late surge under Nigel Pearson. Ranieri's tenure was expected to be, at best, modest. Almost everyone predicted a relegation battle, but Ranieri concentrated immediately on building team spirit instead. He kept large parts of the same squad and made shrewd signings, including N'Golo Kante from Caen and Christian Fuchs from Schalke. Fuchs brought stability in defence, and Kante's energy and ball-winning ability was the heartbeat of the team. But Jamie Vardy, Riyad Mahrez and Wes Morgan were already at the club, and it was under Ranieri that they blossomed into elite performers. Tactically, Ranieri made things simple. They played a 4-4-2 shape based on defensive solidity, counter-attack and non-stop graft. He stressed discipline and emphasised team cohesion, enabling every player to know their role. Chapter 3. The perfect start. The season started impressively for Leicester as they smashed Sunderland 4-2 on opening day. Vardy and Mahrez were simply unstoppable. They lit the pitch up with their pace and precision. Quickly, the Foxes became known as a thrilling, high-energy football side. They were 4th in the Premier League by the end of September. The highlight of the season was Jamie Vardy's goal-scoring run. The Englishman scored in 11 successive Premier League matches and ended the campaign with 24 goals and 6 assists, while Mahrez tallied 17 goals and 11 assists. They were the vital stars, but not the only ones. In Europe's top leagues, Kante was unrivaled with 175 tackles and 156 interceptions. Chapter 4. Defying the odds. Leicester City were at the top of the Premier League by December. Critics waited for their inevitable collapse, but it never came. Ranieri's team kept grinding out results and being consistent against opponents. They had key wins against title rivals, beating Tottenham 1-0 and then Man City 3-1. Ranieri's tactics were pragmatic but effective. Opponents were frustrated by the team's low defensive block, while the team's lightning-quick transitions punished any of their mistakes. Mahrez and Mark Albrighton were given space on the wings to exploit, courtesy of a dominant midfield battle won by Danny Drinkwater and N'Golo Kante. Vardy's speed stretched defences to the limit, causing chaos at the back for opposing defenders. Ranieri's Leicester was perhaps best known for their tactical prowess on set pieces and turnovers. Both defensively and offensively, Robert Huth and Wes Morgan were dominant in the air. Leicester would turn into one of the most challenging teams to beat because of their efficiency in those moments. Chapter 5. The Turning Point. February 2016 was a turning point for the season when Leicester played against Manchester City at the Etihad. The Foxes were expected to fold against one of the league's heavyweights. However, Ranieri's side went on to stun the footballing world with a 3-1 victory. Huth scored 2 goals and Mahrez added a sensational solo goal. That victory unquestionably cemented Leicester's title credentials. Belief spread and confidence soared through the squad and the fanbase. The team rallied under Ranieri's famous dilly ding dilly dong catchphrase. Chapter 6. Holding their nerve. As we entered the dying embers of the season, so did the pressure. Although Jamie Vardy was out of action for a few key matches, including a dramatic 2-2 draw against West Ham and a slightly close 1-0 victory over Swansea City, Leonardo Ulloa showed his worth with goals in Vardy's absence. Leicester's defence was resolute, Kasper Schmeichel making key saves and the Morgan-Huth partnership unbreakable. Evidently, in every match, the team showed unity, with every player fighting for one another. Chapter 7. The impossible dream. Leicester City were crowned Premier League champions on May 2nd, 2016. Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Chelsea confirmed their victory. Ranieri's team finished the season with 81 points, 10 points ahead of Arsenal in second place. Leicester lost 3 games all season and had the league's third best defensive record. Ranieri won the Premier League Manager of the Season award and Mahrez was named PFA Player of the Year. Chapter 8. Tactical Genius. The secret of Ranieri's success has always been simplicity and adaptability. Some managers used complex systems, but Ranieri found a way to play to his players' strengths. He was very good at man management and made every player feel valuable and motivated. While Leicester wasn't revolutionary in its tactics, they executed their tactics perfectly. They set a new benchmark for underdog teams with their work ethic, defensive organisation and counter-attacking precision. Ranieri's coach masterclass was in his ability to adapt to opponents' strategies while staying true to his own team's identity. Chapter 9. Challenges and criticism. However, Ranieri found the next season to be more difficult. He was sacked in February 2017 after Leicester struggled to replicate their form. While his achievements led many to view the decision as harsh, it showed the tough nature of modern football. His career continued at clubs like Nantes, Fulham and Sampdoria. However, he never came anywhere near matching the heights of Leicester's title win again, but his legacy was secure. Chapter 10. The Power of Belief. This is not just a Leicester City story. It's a story that symbolises belief, unity and the power of determination. Their journey captivated fans from around the world who saw it as a sign the underdog can win even when the odds are stacked against them. Ranieri's management was not only tactical but also one of instilling trust and an atmosphere for the players to play. He was a beloved figure not just to Leicester fans but to the footballing community at large, with his kind-hearted nature and infectious optimism. Leicester's success also highlighted the importance of data and scouting. The recruitment of Conte, Mahrez and Vardy was not just luck but the result of careful planning and analysis. Their rise to prominence showed how capitalising on data can help land on some of the most precious gems in the footballing world. These players went on to defy the odds and play at the highest level for a long time, with someone like Conte eventually riding that wave to land himself a place in France's squad that won the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. Chapter 11. A legacy for the ages. Football's greatest story is Claudio Ranieri and Leicester City's 2015-16 Premier League triumph. It was a season that made no sense, a team that proved that no odds are too great if you believe and work as a team. His rise from a cast-out tinkerman to a Premier League champion inspires and motivates coaches, players and fans everywhere. It's not just that he won the trophy, but how he won it, with humility, kindness and an optimism that never wavered about his team. Leicester's title win still resonates around the world. It defied the old top 6 tradition and proved there are still miracles in football. Ranieri's story proves that success is not about where you begin, but how you persevere and adapt. His achievement is simply too incredible, and honestly will and should inspire all those with dreams. The Fox's fairy tale season shows how unpredictable and beautiful football can be. The impossible became possible with the right heart, skill and belief. Chapter 12. Coming home to Roma. In a stunning return to football, Claudio Ranieri came out of retirement to take charge of his beloved Roma once again. Ranieri had been called on to steady the ship, with the team facing a weak season and struggling to get along. In addition to his role as manager, he'll also advise the club owners and assist in finding a long-term successor, revealing just how tied to the club he is. It's not just a job for Ranieri, it's a homecoming, and he is precisely the kind of leader that Roma needs right now, a man known for inspiring belief and unity during tough times. His return alone will refuel fans and players with new hope, whether he brings a dramatic turnaround or not. Comment below and subscribe for more.